Hi, Ryan.
Hi.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. So I've got this case. It's Sonny. It's a 13-year-old male muted Pekingese dog. So it's presented for acute respiratory distress for about 48 hours. He was initially treated with oxygen, hemobendin, and benazepril. And the owner reports that he's been coughing a lot. And on examination, there was no heart murmur or auscultated. And the chest radiographs, there was an enlarged cardiac silhouette with elevation of the trachea and increased sternal contact, which is suggestive of an enlarged right side of the heart. There's no enlargement of the left atrium. So
Yes.
I've attempted to do some echo views. So you can see on the M mode, and also I've tried to do an LA and AO ratio, which was around 1, so it's less than 1.5. So I think we've ruled out left-sided heart failure. But do you have any opinion?
I agree. I totally agree with that specific point, yes. For how long has the dog been coughing?
I think about a week.
Okay. Any specific context or circumstances in which he was coughing? Or is it just during rest or sleep?
I think when he was excited, it gets worse.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, so I haven't managed to upload everything, but you can maybe see.
Take your time.
Oh, yeah. Okay, sorry, I don't know what I'm supposed to click. How do you go to the screen that I already uploaded the shots?
You go to Google Chrome, I think, and when you put your mouse on it, you'll have a choice between 2 different screens.
Oh, yes.
One is me and the other one is yours.
Yeah.
I think. Is it working?
Yes. Do you see the screen with the M mode?
I don't right now, but I have before. Let me try to open it.
Okay.
It's loading. Oh, I'm sorry, it's not the right one.
點樣 show 翻呢個俾佢睇咁樣㗎？
你 show 啊？
佢 show 又好，我 show 又好，大家都唔 show 緊大家嚟㗎。
嗱，好簡單嘅啫，你去翻呢度 share screen，
就咁樣彈出嚟。
跟住 home， 之後呢個跟住 share， 咁你只需要睇。Do
you see it now?
Hold on, I keep opening the wrong files because they have the names don't include emotes, so it's just a guesswork, but I'm getting there.
你睇呢個嘛？
Yes, I do see it now. That would be the aorta and left atrium, correct?
I guess so.
Okay. Oh, you're not the one who did that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, of course not. I'm just like the actress here. Yeah, I think I see the AO there, so it should be aorta. Are we looking at the same screen?
We are. I think so, yes. We are.
I think we need this shot.
Yes, I see your mouse.
We need this shot, which is the representative.
So this M mode agrees with what you just said. There is no evidence of left atrial enlargement. And there was no evidence on the short axis view either.
Maybe what you do is you go through every image with me,
and then
just to prove that left heart's fine and it's most likely pulmonary hypertension. Because I don't speak echo, so I think
that's okay.
Yeah,
I will work with you. Oh, this one is new to me. I've not seen this before.
I just uploaded. Yeah, I just uploaded.
Okay. do you know by the ECG whether this was frozen in peak systole or not, or is this too hard a question?
No idea.
Okay, is the white line at the bottom a time bar, or it's just coincidence? If you go to the right, and stop, go 2 beats to the left.
Oh, that one.
Stop there. You see that white line? The white upright line? Yeah. Is that a time bar, or it has nothing to do with the ECG? You don't know.
Yeah, I think it's a time bar. Only it's not there.
If it is, then this might be a diastolic frame, which is, it makes sense because the pulmonary valve is closed. But the aortic valve should be closed at the same time, and it doesn't seem to be. So maybe the plane is not ideal, but I think this image supports your suspicion. It is supportive.
It just went out.
I think the pulmonary artery is too wide, as in pulmonary hypertension.
I have one shot that has the Vmax calculated as well, but I need to find it. I think we need to find out which one. Maybe I'll just say, like, I've got these views according to you, but can you help me interpret? Yeah, I think this is it. This is it?
This might be it. Do you know where we are at? Is this the tricuspid valve by chance?
Just double check. Could be.
It looks like it might be the tricuspid.
Yeah.
If it is, then there's no doubt that there's pulmonary hypertension, and its severity is moderate. You see at the bottom? Oh, you don't see my mouse, right? If
Yeah,
it is
I don't.
Let me okay, I'm trying to annotate now. Do you see my annotation here?
佢想喐個 mouse，但係我睇唔到喎，又睇唔到。
I'm trying to annotate this.
We have to do
You see
it.
my annotation?
You have to do the other way around.
I see it now.
Oh yeah, I see it. Yeah, she now.
So right underneath the green line I made, you see 73.14 millimeters of mercury. Can you see that?
Yes.
On your screen. This means this is the pressure gradient, the systolic pressure gradient between the right ventricle and the right atrium. 73 is about 5 times norm. It's a 5-fold increase in pulmonary systolic pressure, which is elevated for sure.
Okay.
The question is, do we possibly have any radiographs of the lungs? Or is there any other way for you to seek or diagnose primary lung disease, pulmonary disease?
Let me just double check.
Such as maybe heartworm or some other primary pulmonary disease.
Yes, we have radiographs. Yeah, let me just upload the radiographs for you.
Okay. Oh, and I have another question for you,
Yes.
if I may. Do you happen to know whether the ECG electrodes of this image were connected the way they should be? It's okay if you don't know. There's no problem with it. Okay. That's okay. No, not a problem.
Oh, it's not there. Okay, I think I'll upload the X-rays to show you the actual thing. But let me just randomly upload one, just so we have an image. Did I just upload something?
Heartworm case. Is that what this dog has?
No, it's not. I don't see the image.
It takes some time, I think.
Oh, but it's you're much smaller.
HW case, JPEG? HW case? Do you see that too?
I see the heartworm case JPEG, but I don't see the image. Ah, I see it now.
You will now. You will now. Yeah.
Yeah.
There it is.
Yeah.
Wow.
Is that the heartworm case? I don't know.
Somebody has been annotating things on a different image, or I'm not sure what the red and the yellow lines might suggest. And the green line at the bottom is my doing, so that has nothing to do with this radiograph, right?
Yeah, it's nothing.
Okay. Can we magnify the image a bit? Is there any way to do that? Oh, how did you do that? Oh, okay, I see. There's a plus.
But they can't.
You can do it and I cannot. Okay. It looks like a very bad lung disease. I'm not really sure what kind of disease it might be, but there's no doubt that the lungs are in trouble.
But this is not the same dog. I think I'll find the actual same dog, and then maybe we can discuss the X-rays as well.
Okay.
But I think I'll just say I have managed to get these views on the echogram, and maybe if you can just analyze and maybe you just tell me what you find, and then the last shot was like the money shot for the pulmonary hypertension. So
I see.
Focus on that, and then finally we talked about the X-rays as well, and the X-rays were, I think, fairly unremarkable. It's mostly just showing that the right-sided heart may be a little bit enlarged, but otherwise the lungs are fine. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I think that should be it. Anything else we need to test? Do the videos work?
They did for me, yes.
Oh, okay.
The 2D colored Doppler videos, they did work for me.
Okay.
When I uploaded them from the system, I was able to see them.
Can you try and open it and see whether I can see it moving as well?
Sure. So now I have a comment screen, which I didn't expect.
應該 upload 埋啲 X 光嘅，但我唔
OK， 得唔得？
我而家叫佢試 I'm trying the video.
So, are you able to see what I see on my computer screen?
Yes.
I'm still seeing that same X-ray. Oh, you just put some green stuff on?
No, I went to the other screen to open the videos, and I'm now looking at a right parasternal lung axis view of the tricuspid valve, and it's regurgitating.
No, I'm still seeing that same.
Because this is why, because it's Rian sharing the screen, not you sharing it. So the control is on Rian. So what I do, I cancel the share screen right now. So you see me, right?
I do.
Okay, then you move your mouse on the screen, then you see on the bottom the share screen button, which is we tried before. You go to and then you can choose the file. Same come out with the consultation, blah blah blah. You get back the file, then you get back the file, then you can open that file. Then you got the control, and you can show what you want to show.
So I go to Chrome file, like we did before. No, I don't need my own computer. I need yours. I need the Vet Central program.
Okay, well, how about I try the Chrome? Once you open your screen, there will become out your entire screen, application window, or a Chrome tab. There's three options. You go to the Chrome tab, then there always have Vet Central icon on the left-hand side. That will be seeing the consultation. Yes,
I have 3 of those. Actually, 4. So I have 3 consultations in Vet Central conference room.
I think you can go to share any one of the consultation first. If not right, you can jump out and choose another one again. Don't worry about it.
Okay, so I went to one of them. It's now open.
Yes, I see it right now. Yes, correct.
So I've got the control now?
Yes, you got the control. You can do everything.
Okay. Do you see the video move?
Right? Yes.
I need to click it all the time, correct? Or can I do this continuously?
This is a short one, so it's only have like a couple seconds. So once you click it, it's gone.
So one click is enough for you?
Yes, one click is enough. Yes, 1:30.
Okay. Okay. Do you happen to know where we are at, or you have nothing to do with the person who collected these data?
Yeah, nothing to do with the person.
Okay. So what I think we're looking at, assuming the transducer is at the right-hand side of the dog, this means that this atrium, do you see my mouse?
Yes.
I believe this atrium is the right atrium. This would be the left atrium. This is the tricuspid valve.
Yes.
And what you see in color is tricuspid regurgitation.
Okay.
It's a tricuspid regurgitation jet, of which the peak flow velocity we have looked at before.
Okay.
So if we did that from a different angle, but if I'm correct with this assumption, this means that this peak flow velocity is really high, and when it's measured in terms of meters per second, it is translated into a peak systolic pressure gradient between the right ventricle and the right atrium, which is about, not 5, I'm sorry, it's about 3 times above normal. Normal should be 25, maybe 30 at worst, and in this case it was 73. So it's about 3 times above what it should be.
Okay.
So if these only belong to the same patient, it's beyond any doubt, it attests to moderate pulmonary hypertension, the reason of which I'm really unaware of. I cannot really tell you why this is happening. I think because the dog has been coughing for 1 week, I would assume there is pulmonary or tracheal or pulmonary upper airway disease, which potentially triggers pulmonary hypertension. And I think I would address that, even though the radiographs show no evidence of that.
Would you say pulmonary hypertension is a heart disease or like a lung disease?
I think typically dogs with pulmonary hypertension develop that as a secondary complication of left-sided heart disease. Because we don't see any evidence of that in this specific dog, I can only think about a differential diagnosis, which has to do with primary lung disease. And that might be the case, even though you see no such evidence on the radiographs. You did see evidence of right ventricular enlargement, as in the increased sternal contact, maybe with right ventricular hypertrophy, but there's no radiographic evidence of lung disease, and yet I believe there may be some such disease because the dog has been coughing for 1 week. So I would consider any endemic disease, whether it's infectious or other, that might be common where you live. Is there any such thing?
No, but usually, like older dogs, they might have like chronic bronchitis. When we just treat it with doxycycline and some bronchodilators like theophylline, they usually respond quite well.
Did this dog respond as well?
I think this dog, not at the moment, but I think if there's pulmonary hypertension, then we'll add something like sildenafil in treatment and see if that helps.
You could do that. The thing is, you did not report of any pulmonary hypertension clinical signs, such as syncope or right-sided congestive heart failure. So it may or may not be, urgent to do that. Maybe if there is no urgency in controlling any pulmonary hypertension signs, maybe there is enough time on your hands to just try to gradually take care of the underlying pulmonary or airway disease. Give it some time, because it's only recently started therapy. Give it like a week or 2 to see if there's any improvement in the coughing, and if there is, maybe the pulmonary hypertension will gradually go away, as might be seen by a repeated echocardiogram. If you do that without sildenafil, that might save some expenses, because there are no clinical signs at the moment which needs to be addressed.
Okay.
Otherwise, if there is any syncope or ascites or pleural effusion or jugular distension, then I would go ahead and use sildenafil by all means.
Okay.
Sure.
All right. Okay. I think we're... Yes. Should I get Patrick back in to talk to you?
Sure.
Maybe I just stop the recording first.
Okay.